Hey all, welcome to Michter's Monday. Trenton has pulled off the impossible.
I don't know that I pulled anything off.
Well, you did. I don't think we've ever had Michter's 10-year bourbon and Michter's 10-year rye
Okay, that's true.
here for the same show.
So we're kind of doing the Larceny versus Elijah Craig type of dealio here, but we got the Michter's 10 bourbon and the rye. I don't know.
I love it. I love that.
Me too. We've never done this, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because for some reason in Indiana, the rye usually comes like 2 or 3 weeks after the bourbon.
Oh, is that right?
No idea why. That's how it's been routinely.
Right.
Harry hooked us up. Thank you, Harry. Check out Beat Liquors if you're ever in Portage, Indiana. He's got a great store. Tell him we sent you. Hobart. I'm sorry. Hobart.
It's pretty close. It's Portage, then Hobart. He's right on the edge.
It's like the next.
He's right.
Take a step foot. Whatever.
He's right.
Check him out. He's a good dude.
Yep.
I'm excited because I don't really remember the 10 bourbon or the rye last year.
I don't know. Well, I will say this. I remember quite some time ago, I got one of my very first Michter's 10-year bourbon, and it was just like a letdown.
Yeah.
You remember that?
It was a 20.
It's gone now. I've shared it. I've gave some away, and whatever. But it was never bad. It just was like,
It's like, really?
huh?
You know?
But since like, what is that? 2023, when that one,
Oh my.
when that one just dominant release came out, it was
Yeah.
just ridiculous. I'll never forget. My friend Marcus from the Bourbon Judge, somehow he got his, and he almost fell out of his chair.
That was a great release.
So I realized, okay, Trent, we got to try to get this one, and it was
a great release.
phenomenal. Since then, they've been pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I can't say that maybe as good as that 2023 release, but it's been pretty darn good.
Well, I believe, as per usual with these types of releases, they have gone up compared to last year.
Oh.
And the price will be here. Kyle, please. I'll let you know in a Discord message or something like that. The bourbon will be here. The bourbon and the rye. Just put it above the bottle.
So you don't remember it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I know that the rye is in the 200s now.
Oh no!
Wow.
Wow.
I remember when these were like $109, both of them. Back when I first started, when I was a wee lad, I was about 22 or 23.
Yeah.
Bourbon hunting back in the day at Trail Inn. These have been going up.
So you're saying both of these are probably in that $200 range?
Close to it. Okay. I'm gonna be an amateur here.
Well, while he's doing that, while he's looking at this up, I got something important to say anyways. Hey folks, in all of our videos, in the description, you'll find a link for our charity golf outing. Every dime that we're able to raise will go towards suicide awareness. So there's spots open for golf. There's also spots open for whole sponsorships, all kinds of ways that you can get involved. You can even donate a bottle because we have some bottle auctions right there on site. The golf outing is going to be July the 26th. It's going to be held at White Hawk Country Club. It's going to be a fantastic day. So if you choose to, please take a look at what we got going on there. It's going to be a great fun time. And once again, please know, every penny we ever receive for any charitable events we do, all of it goes towards that particular charity, and this one's suicide awareness.
I just scanned this on the Only Drams app. We made it, by the way. It's a pretty cool app. $199.
I did. He did.
$199. $194.99.
So $200.
Just about $200.
We're right at $200.
Just
Wow.
about $200.
I'm surprised by that.
Me too.
Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with bourbon.
All right.
We'll go closest to you.
All right, bud. Take it up there. I did not look. I apologize. I didn't see what the
I believe they're always
proof?
92.3.
94.4.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Close enough. 94.4. I knew it wasn't cask strength or high proof. I knew that, but
And
94.4.
these are all single barrels.
Single barrel.
We have barrel number 25A0063. So just know that. Yep. If you purchase one of these, it might be a little bit different compared to what we say here.
Correct.
Just because it is a single barrel, same with this.
Absolutely. Flavors may vary just a touch here and there when you're dealing with single barrels.
It smells pretty
smells
delightful.
wonderful.
It smells pretty delightful.
This is one of my favorite releases in a lower proof.
I would agree with that. I'm always excited for any Michter's releases, really. I wish their 10-year and like all those fancy ones were a little bit more transparent, because please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not trying to spread misinformation here. I don't think that they distill their 10-year-old products. I think they come from somewhere else.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I could be wrong. Please let us know in the comments. I wish there was a little bit more transparency apart from Kentucky Straight, whatever, because we know it's distilled in Kentucky, but just about every distillery is in Kentucky. So
Understood.
It smells really nice, though.
It is just 100% delightful.
Stewed fruits action going on.
It is, and there's some dark chocolate in there for me too. For some reason, I'm just getting overwhelmed here with a lot of chocolate type notes. The stewed fruits.
Boy, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's really lovely. There's some darker notes in there, but maybe a very tiny hint of a toffee note comes through too.
I'm getting a little of like a honey note.
Oh,
a smidge.
I love that too.
It's got some like some nice herbal, maybe not herbal, but like it reminds me a little bit of like Twizzler type notes. Like not like a synthetic cherry / strawberry thing, right. But it's pretty nice. It's light but also dark at the same time. It's weird.
I mean, really, so good.
All right. Oh, dude.
That is it's delightful. I'm going off of memory, so please forgive me here, but I'm going off of memory, and I don't think it quite stacks up to 2023, but it's awful close.
Whatever this barrel
is really good.
It might.
It's really good.
I think the 2023 version, what it had going for it was more of that really big brothery type George T. Stagg vibe, but like proof down a bit. I still think this is there. I would really be curious to side by side this versus the 2023 because I'm loving it.
Everything that we talked about in the aromas came through for me in the palate with an addition of an oak note. There's a rich oak note in this too that I'm liking quite a bit. I didn't pick that up as much on the aromas.
No, but I get that. One thing that I do love about Michter's is that even though the proof is 94, somehow they still get all that flavor in there, and I'm really I'm loving it.
Yeah,
because it's approachable for a lot of folks that might not want their proof blown up in their face.
It is, and to use some of those terms that we're not supposed to use every once in a while.
This is
smooth, man. It's super smooth. First taste of the day, first sip of the day. It's just like velvet. It is.
I still don't get that. Do people still get all up in arms about saying smooth about something? Because this is smooth. It changed my mind. I feel like that should I don't know why that's a thing if it is still.
It is. I mean, when I refer to smooth, it's kind of like a package deal for me. To me, it's the mouthfeel and the disappearance of that stiff alcohol burn.
Yeah.
It's none of the above.
I go more for that, but also coupled with like the mouthfeel.
Yeah,
because like this is velvety beautifulness, and it's a little bit oily too, which is really nice.
Yeah. All right, let's move over to the rye, bud.
Oh, please be better.
I was just gonna say. Well, we'll see what happens here, buddy. I know the rye is your thing. I know you love Michter's rye.
This is a masterfully done.
It is
10-year product.
That's a great release.
This little guy here is also 92.8 proof. This is barrel number 25D1512.
Okay.
So please know that going in.
Okay. Let's see what the rye whiskey holds. I saw you in the corner of my eye. I don't know. I haven't smelled it yet. It's a father's sixth sense. They always know what their kids are doing. Here. Oh my goodness. It's all right. Get out of here.
This smells like if Play-Doh made a honey flavored Play-Doh.
Flavored?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not because I want people to eat it.
I get it.
But it's non-toxic. And I did eat some Play-Doh as a kid. That might explain some things. But no, the beautiful honey, pine, rye spice.
It is. It's
maple.
It's extremely honey. There's a slight maple. I would say the honey's stronger than the maple.
Yeah.
There's definitely those light and fairly sharp herbal notes that are coming through too in the aromas from the rye whiskey, from the rye grain.
I'll say this. I haven't been this excited to sip a rye in a while.
You haven't, I know.
If this does not match the nose,
he's gonna.
I'm gonna be so upset.
You might have crocodile tears.
What does that mean?
That means you're gonna be bawling like a baby.
I might. Oh, like Charlie Brown when they're like going like this and
Correct.
it's coming out like that.
Yeah,
I've never actually seen Charlie Brown, but
exactly like that.
I mean, come on now.
Yeah, it's again super smooth, even for a rye whiskey. I will say, excuse me, there's some tingle on the tongue from the rye spice, but still a very velvety mouthfeel.
I'll say this, and it for me, I love it. I still think it's fantastic, but for me, it has this little bit of like grapefruit rind, bittery astringency kind of a taste. Like if you're not a big fan of Campari and you've had Campari, and you've just taken a little sip of it, it leaves this like fuzzy, bitter, or like a Malort maybe. It leaves this like bitter astringency in your mouth, and I get that a little bit at the end. I'm not mad about it. I personally enjoy that in this rye whiskey. I think it's really nice. I wish it wasn't there, but I'm not mad that it is.
I think it's a fantastic rye whiskey, but I feel it falls off the table just a little bit on the sweetness that we noticed in the aromas. I think the honey is that real nice, rich honey note, and that slight maple is still there, kind of, but not nearly as prominent as we found on the nose.
It does get a little bit lost. I'll say that.
I would have loved to have that just a little bit more amped up.
Because it's there. But I think with what I'm getting at with this astringency, I think. I don't, are you getting that? Okay. I feel like the astringency takes over that sweetness and it gets really lost. It's kind of it's a pretty overpowering astringency on my second sip.
What I would say about this one, this is more of a rye whiskey drinker's release. That's what I would say about it. Just because that honeyed and maple kind of disappears just a little bit. So for the strict bourbon drinkers, that's occasional rye. I'm not sure if you'd like it as much. I think it is very solid, though. I enjoy it.
I wish it was a little better. I'm not going to lie. And when I say that, I just mean that the nose to the palate transfer isn't quite what I was hoping. And I do think that there's a little bit of astringency there towards the tail end. I think it's a very well done rye, though. I like the bourbon better. If I had to pick one or the other, this year I'm going with the bourbon.
I would absolutely say the same thing, and I kind of feel bad for you.
They can't. I'd be interested because I do have. We've been very fortunate with Michter's. I think over the last couple of years, we've been able to get both the rye and the bourbon pretty much every year for the past couple of years. Thanks to
They're
Harry.
pretty regular up in our area.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we do get up here.
So I do have ryes up all the way back 2019, 2020. I'd be curious to just taste them for like a Patreon live or something like that because I know a lot of people would probably watch it and say, I can't even find the Michter's 10 in my area. Why would you want to taste all 5 or 6 that you have?
Right.
Plus that feels a little like showboaty. I don't know.
There's definitely some toasteds that you brought down, the toasted ryes that I would like more than that one for sure. There were some dandies that he's brought down, some great toasted ryes from Michter.
Even though Michter's only does the toasted ryes every couple years, I still think if you have to choose between a toasted rye and their 10-year, I'd go with the toasted every time. I'll say that because it's also barrel proof. It's like 114.8, and they're fantastic. 2021 and 2024 was when they last released.
I'm very fond of those releases. Yeah. Those have been absolutely fantastic.
Get backing on this bourbon one more time.
All right. Now, last but not least, the question, Trent, do you think it's worth $200?
That's a tough question because if you were to ask me, is this worth the money compared to other limited releases? Because the fact of the matter is that distilleries are upping MSRPs due to inflation, due to economic stuff, due to the price to make the products and all this other stuff. I think this is more well worth it compared to some of the other higher priced limited releases. Do I think it is worth $200? No, I don't. I think the 10 years when they were $129, $139 were more of a conversation.
Absolutely.
But now when you're bumping it up $60, $70,
100%.
It makes it tough to.
I'm going to be quite honest. I'm disappointed.
In the price?
Yeah. Strictly in the price. I am. I'm a little bit little bit of chip on my shoulder about that. I mean, like Trent said, 120, 130 bucks, understandably. I get that. Still a fantastic whiskey, a fantastic release, but 200 bucks? You know, if you have to jack it up to 150. I don't know. I am not involved in the business end of distilleries, so I'm speaking out of the side of my mouth that I'm not aware of. I get that. But by golly, when you're going to throw a $200 price tag on something, boy, that sucker better be just out of this world.
Well, I feel like we could get into this. Like, I could talk about this for a couple hours.
We could.
If people are buying it, they're going to continue to raise the price to see what they can get out of it. The minute that we look at this and say, I'm not buying a $200 10-year, and they're sitting on shelves, you know, that kind of thing, distributors are going to push back, say like, hey, we're not going to buy as much of this stuff.
Right.
And then they'll maybe look at it and be like, hey, we could do a price adjustment. But until that day, stuff's still going to be coming out from distilleries that are limited or allocated releases.
Yeah.
They're going to continue to, some distilleries are going to continue to push the boundaries of pricing. I'm looking at you, Whistle Pig. And, you know, maybe someday we'll see the prices for this stuff get back down to where we feel they should be for the value that you get out of them.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm not mad about the releases. I like the bourbon better.
No, yes. But I'm not mad about them either as far as the flavor profile and all that. I love the bourbon. I thought the rye was pretty good. I thought it was a nice effort here. I thought this was really good. But it's just the dollar amount got me a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that going into the video, and kind of gave me a little bit of a letdown at the start of the video. So, but hey, as always, what we say here, you're the customer. You're the one purchasing the bottle. And if you're extremely happy with it once you get it, you paid that $200, God bless you, man. Enjoy every ounce of it. Enjoy it with your friends and family, and it'll be a great bottle for you.
Yeah.
So, all right. Woo! Sucked something down the wrong pipe there for a second. Try to go to that.
Go to that high note.
Yeah, try to get that voice inflection going on here. I'm trying to figure this stuff out.
That's a first. That's a first.
It's always a first. It's always a first.
We forgot to turn the furnace off, by the way.
Yeah, well, I know. I'm surprised you didn't run over there and get it.
I was going to, but I was trying to go in deep with the pricing and the comparisons here, so I had to tune something out.
We apologize for that.
The fridge is still on.
It's like 90-something degrees and 90% humidity here today.
That should be illegal.
It is just insanity. So, all right, guys, that's all we got for you today. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time right down here with Trent and me in a good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.